imagination comes the story of a man.
Joe, come on, boy, let's go. Grass is waiting for you.
With the mind of a child.
Yeah, Cybo Man. He came to see me.
Cybo Man. Comics, right?
Yeah, Cybo Man.
And a doctor.
Virtual reality holds a key to the evolution of the human mind.
With a vision of the future.
I have a game in my house that you might like to play. Would you like that?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how this all starts. Holy shit.
That was really...
And that is The Reign of the Superman. This was done by, this is the art by Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel. And here is the cover. Reign of the Superman, right? The advanced guard of future civilization. How about that? So up on YouTube is a playlist called VCR of Death. And I'm looking at all these. I looked at The Lawnmower Man. And next up is The Killing of Satan. Miami Connection. Miami Connection. There's a lot of Pray for Death. So a lot of different movies. Demons, 1985 film. Holy shit. I can't wait for that one. At the bottom right there. So there you go. And look, there's Pierce Brosnan right there, James Bond. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That's Job and the Doctor, just the way we want to remember them. That's a nice image right there. I think that's great. And I know there's a sequel, but we're going to look at the first one. I'm not going to look at the second one. So VCR of Death. This is a playlist of like these weird, dark movies that don't necessarily fall into the goth metal lore of stuff that I've been showing you, but... or I've been talking about and reviewing, but this is pretty good stuff. So, VCR of Death. This is one of the movies that I got here to watch, and this is free with ads. So you can watch it free with ads. The original Lawnmower Man. So you got Jeff Fahey, you got Pierce Brosnan, you got a lot of other actors, and I was not sure. Okay, so this bastard, this fucking bastard right here. I thought I never saw this movie. This movie came out when I was starting high school, right? So through high school, I never saw it because, as cool as this was, I mean, I saw, I am the master of Satan, or I am your God, or whatever he was saying, right? He was saying this stuff, and it's like, who is this guy? Who is Lawnmower Man? And I always thought that this was always this guy. This guy was always this character, but it starts out as a guy with could be mentally retarded, could be autistic, special needs. We'll just say special needs person for now, because it really is, because Jeff Fahey's a really great actor, but he doesn't look like it, right? So I showed you Reign of the Superman by Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel, because it's kind of literally a copy of this, except this is 1992. I don't know if Jerry Siegel ever saw this movie. I have to imagine maybe he did. But yeah, it really rang true to me when I watched this movie that the Lawnmower Man was the guy who was in the breadline. So in The Reign of the Superman, there's a bald dude in a breadline. And it's like the Great Depression era, right? The Great Depression in the 1930s. And so he's trying to get food. So the scientist says, oh, come with me, and I'll help you. I'm going to make you a great person. And he makes him a great person. He gives, I think his name is Stuart Smalley, right? He gives him like mental powers. So there's the Lawnmower Man. That's Joe before he gets the powers, right? Or maybe after he gets his powers. So Stuart Smalley in the Superman story had mental powers, where Kal-El, Clark Kent's Superman, had physical strength and could leap tall buildings in a single bound and faster than a speeding bullet. But the first version was a bad guy who he could control people. He could access the universe. He was like the biological natural internet, or unnatural, supernatural internet, right? He could access everything. So it happens with one dose, okay? In this movie with Pierce Brosnan, he's a scientist who worked. So the movie starts with a chimpanzee running amok with a gun and killing the guards and shit. And the monkey gets killed. No animals were harmed in this movie, of course. But the monkey gets killed. The chimpanzee's dead because he was the test subject of a drug that would make the animals smart. But he kept on killing people, and he was wearing the virtual reality. Now, virtual reality was a big cock and deal in the 90s. I had the Virtual Boy. Virtuality was the first time I learned about virtual reality. Like, holy shit, what's a virtuality? What is that thing? And graphics looked just like this. Well, I would say the graphics looked about slightly better than Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. But this was our like 90s introduction because 80s CGI was very simple. If you go back to music videos of the 80s, it was very basic. You look at Jetsons the movie where the Jetsons go to that future city, and it's like that's how great it was back then. It wasn't that great, but it was like a big deal. So that's what we had. No, yeah, this is where he's trapped in the Matrix or whatever the fuck he is. So you got Jeff Fahey as Joe, a special needs guy who slowly gets medication until he becomes smart. So it's kind of like the Untouchables, where I'm trying to think of the actor who played Cliff Robertson. Yeah, I think it was Cliff Robertson who played Uncle. He played Uncle Ben in the Spider-Man movies, and he was a gangster who looked ugly, and then he went through cosmetic facial surgery, right? Like cosmetic surgery, but it was really the actor wearing prosthetics, and then slowly you see him turn into Cliff Robertson. Same thing here with Jeff Fahey. He's a really smart guy, and he's a very good actor, but he had to play a really dumb guy. Basically, he's playing like Biff Tannen in 1985, like, "Hey, how's it going, Marty? It's great, Marty," right? And then back, he's evil in like 1955. So the metamorphosis from Job, the special needs retarded guy who works at the gas station and mows lawns and shit, does basic shit, has comic books, and he gets his backlash. And this is the special director's cut, which the priest would give Job 20 lashes because the priest is a piece of shit, and he sets him on fire. A lot of things happen. So Job gets too smart. He finally has sex and becomes a man at age 30. Okay, so I'm assuming he's age 30 in the movie, and he puts his girlfriend in the virtual reality, and then she goes ape shit insane for the rest of her life. Not like the guy from The Mummy, right? Who just laughs hysterically till he dies. So yeah, his girlfriend laughs hysterically and goes insane. This is the last part of the movie where he can't get out. And I like the aesthetics between the sort of Forrest Gump, sort of Smallville type of like setting, and then you go into this technical world, the sort of 90s sci-fi world of this underground laboratory, right? With guards and gates and electronic doors and everything. So there's two different worlds, and there's actually another one with the hotel. So it's like sort of a middle ground between humanity and mechanical mechanisms, right? So I really got into this. I thought it was very good. See if there's any more. So he's trying to get out. Oh yeah, that's him making out with his girlfriend. It is really cool too, but she gets like smothered by the ground, and then she's like catatonic, and then she can't think straight. Yeah, so it was a great scene that she's riding Job, where Job was like she was looking at Job with curiosity, right in the beginning, and he's like you can't. He's still dumb, right? But after the doctor's treatments, right? Because remember, the doctor worked on the monkey the beginning of that movie, and then he switched over to Job because he wasn't sure what to do. His wife was a piece of shit. At the end of the movie, he gains a family because the kid that hangs out with Job has a mom, and the mom is hot for Pierce Brosnan. So there's a lot of things going on. I mean, you got people getting killed. Oh, access denied. But he gets out. At the end of the movie, though, he's becomes like the internet. He becomes like phone calls and shit. I don't know if the second movie's any good. Somebody will have to tell me if the second movie's any good because I do not know. Here's so the guy with the Jesus. So there's the monkey. So there he is. There's Job with the monkey. So that happens at the beginning of the movie, right? They go gung ho and start shooting at things. But there's all kinds of people that were mean to Job, right? That were mean to Jeff Fahey with the biker guy, right, and the priest. So all these people were cruel to him at the beginning of the movie. It's kind of like the Joker, where Arthur Fleck takes out his vengeance on enemies. So this movie had a lot of things going for it. It had a little bit of Joker, a little bit of Superman, because remember, he gets powers, okay? this was a great comic book movie. And it's something I had not seen. I have never seen this movie. This is my first time ever seeing it. So, oh, I remember this where he's getting into the brain of the biker dude. This is where he's getting into the brain, and if only he could just start that lawnmower. So yeah, this is where. Oh, I love this scene. This scene where Job changes out the discs. Uh, there's this kid, there's this little kid sidekick right there. But they didn't. I think CD car radios weren't completely in style yet. But in the meantime, you had to get CDs and change them out, change them in, change them out. Kind of reminds me of when people in the 1950s or 60s, they didn't have drunk driving laws. So you had to have a wingman sitting in the passenger side. You have a can of beer, and somebody would open up the can of beer, and you drink it, toss it out the window. But yeah, somebody has to change those discs. And here you go, riding that lawnmower. So at the end of this, Job dies, at least physically dies. The scientist gets the blonde, he gets a new wife and a new kid, right? Uh, the bald dude, he gets turned to pixel balls and shit. There's a lot of CGI. This is one of those movies to really exploit CGI. And it was actually 1 year before Jurassic Park. Remember this, 1 year before Steven Spielberg and Jurassic Park with the dinosaurs, right? But this is where we still saw CGI as CGI. And this was a great movie. I think it might be the first movie ever to really incorporate CGI to a great degree where the CGI is a significant character. It's not just a thing like like the original Star Wars movies. This is something that we're looking at like head on. So between people getting killed and Jeff Fahey going from Forrest Gump with a couple of screws loose to being like this all powerful like troll, the AI troll, right? It was a great movie. I don't know what the sequel is going to do better. I haven't seen the sequel. Let me know in the comments if the sequel is worth it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I'm gonna give a score now. That is my emotion. That is my overall feeling of it. 5 out of 5, right there. I've got into the Matrix. God damn it! Now I'm gonna look at the Killing of Satan. I'm hoping it's worth it. That movie's from '83, 42 years old. We'll see if it is worth it. Let me know if Lawnmower Man 2 is worth it.